he'll be back when we get to Chaska.
Professional raider.
Oh no.
Oh no.
That's bad if it does that.
From the fact that we've still never seen Nefer's slither state yet.
Okay.
Hello, it's me, Philip, professional Twitter rage baiter and part-time theorycrafter.
I hate OBS. Oh wait, never mind. Okay, we are good. Never mind. Okay, I am struggling. Okay, it should be fine.
Maybe it's a sign to actually not stream.
No, we are doing the stream. It's fine. Anyway, Butterfer.
Hello, I'm Butterfer. I'm professional Mavuika combo connoisseur and part-time theorycrafter for other things.
Yeah, okay, thank you for joining us. Then Havak.
Hi, I'm Hava. I do stuff on TikTok. I do stuff on Twitter. Hey, how is everyone?
Also, thank you for joining. And we also have Raulfigas, who's muted, as usual, for the beginning of the video. So, yeah, let's just... Honestly, I guess we should start in version 1.0, where, like, the first limited 5-star was Venti. Like, the first ever limited 5-star was the Anemo Archon, and we obviously started in the Anemo region, so Anemo, like, was the best element probably at the start of the game, right? Like, grouping was so
Absolutely.
important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the only, I guess, because of Bennett and Zhang they were also very good and, like, very important. But like, sometimes Venti could just having Venti and then playing 3 dead characters because the enemies didn't have any HP in 1.0, 1.1, 1. Whatever. It was just Venti carrying you without a team, basically.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I guess that's where we start. So Venti. Who wants to go more into depth on Venti, deep into Venti? What?
Just at the start.
Well, I would love to go deep into Venti
What?
personally, but
Hey,
Oh my God,
yo! I mean, I get what you're saying, but
see,
yeah, I see it. Anyway, so Venti at the start of the game was broken all the way until I would say, well, really when Kazuha came out. Before then, Venti was just by far the best character in the game, for the very simple reason that his ability to just suck things up, was just more valuable to the content that existed in the end game of that period than literally anything else in the game. And when 2.x came out, more heavier enemies came out, the suit Kazuha's grouping better, and the fact that just enemies had more HP over time, that it being able to group them up wasn't enough to trivialize it anymore. He got worse and worse and worse over time, until at some point he's just kind of useless. I would say from Fontaine on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is very true.
That's the history of Venti's meta value.
I will say with lighter enemies, doesn't he like pick them up and some characters can't hit them?
True.
Yeah,
That is
that's
true.
yeah.
But in
Oh,
the era
no.
where he can pick up enemies, it doesn't matter because you don't need to do more damage than Venti's own thing can do to kill them.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, you.
So I guess quadratic scaling never mattered, Han. It was all just Venti doing
Yeah,
damage.
yeah, I
anyway.
agree with
Or-
that. Like Ayato's
Oh my god.
Ayato's burst increasing by a lot through quadratic scaling doesn't even matter that much because Ayato's scaling are just on his burst are just very bad. Like it was Venti just hard carrying.
I suddenly
0 times
remember-
0 is still 0.
True.
I suddenly remembered there's one moment where Flip was explaining quadratic scaling to Tectone, and that
my
motherfucker
God.
was like,
Hmm?
I was never mind. It was
Wait,
it was
what did he
it was
say
kind
again?
of funny.
I forgot.
No, it was like, what was it exactly? Basically, I think Tectone was like, it doesn't matter what you use, and then Flip was like, no, your account has like what C3 Raiden and whatnot, so that's why you can clear. Otherwise, it still makes sense to like try to. It's not wrong to try to optimize things a little bit, and then of course he wasn't exactly listening. And one of the things I remember from that stream was quadratic scaling.
Yeah, because I was like trying to he was saying that guides for Genshin are useless. You just use characters together. Then I was trying to explain
Yeah.
like, oh, but if like for interactions like Venti, if you use Venti with Ganyu, then you get quadratic scaling, and that's why guides are important. And then he said it was very funny. He said like well, if I use the AoE ability with the AoE character, I feel like that's kind of like obvious for most people. Whatever.
Yeah, I mean it is. Like he wasn't really trying to.
Yeah,
Like,
it's just a typical
learn things.
Tectone take.
It's I don't know. I mean, it's rage bait.
Yeah,
You gotta respect the hustle.
Yeah.
Live action rage bait.
Yeah. Eh,
Okay.
well, let's not talk too much about that. I just got reminded. Sorry for bringing it
Yeah,
up.
no, don't worry. I think it's funny. Tectone talking about
It was
Tectone
funny.
is
It's very funny.
Okay, something about the type of ventiable content that we get these days. We did get like the Mizuki Abyss, but the problem is just that like because of HP inflation, the VV set is just very important to trigger like the resistance shred. And if the resistance shred doesn't trigger, meaning like if Venti is off field while the next enemies spawn, then you cannot like reapply VV without swapping out of your carry. And that is something that like didn't matter at the time because like the damage checks just were not that
Okay.
high. Yeah.
Simply just swap into Venti every time a new wave spawns.
That is doable with some characters, but like not like that restricts your team even more. Is what I'm trying to say.
I wasn't being serious.
Oh,
don't worry.
okay. Oops. But yeah. Anyway, Venti sadly like he's an Archon, but doesn't really have Archon status. He didn't get on the Chronicle banner because he is quote unquote an Archon, but yet is like worse than more than like 70% of the characters, limited characters.
They should put Archons in the Chronicled Wish.
Exactly. Like no
They
one's
should,
no,
yeah.
no one's putting Venti, and also his constellations. Like C1 is a complete joke. C2 is
Isn't his C6 word for word Anemo Traveler C6?
yeah it is.
Yes, something like that.
Oh my god.
And then yeah, C4 just a 25%. This is like kitsching. This is literally kitsching C4, but instead of attack, it's Anemo damage. Which, like, technically, it would be better if this was like the thing with Venti is that, like, even when he's building for crit Anemo damage, like a big portion or like a reasonable portion of this damage is still coming from Swirl. It's just that in AoE the Swirl build is infinitely better and you need like the constellation to catch up. So like this doesn't even buff all of his damage that the Anemo damage buffs. Especially because, like,
To be fair,
he also has absorption. Like,
yes, yeah. I was gonna say, Swirl got buffed in 1.6 or something.
oh yeah,
Right.
true. That is
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was, I believe it was better back in 1.0 to build for Anemo damage bonus,
yeah, true. That
or build crit.
really could.
But
Okay, with that we move to the absolute goat. That is
Sucrose!
Actually, no. Let's
Sucrose!
do mid. Let's do mid first. Let's do Anemo
Yeah.
Traveler.
C6 is good for the extra shred for like the lava dragon if you want to brute
Oh
force
my
it.
god.
Yeah, it's like a Anemo MC is like a tiny version of Kazuha and Venti, like a very, very tiny version. That's how to summarize it.
Yeah.
Is there even more to say?
Yeah.
Like,
We're in hell.
I think they just do Anemo damage. Like,
yeah, I feel like
Would you say
Yeah.
he's the second best traveler? Has to be. Right?
No.
no.
Well, what's the competition?
I mean, Pyro is number one. There's
Yeah,
Pyro has to be number one.
yeah. I do also think
Right.
that
Yeah.
Anemo is probably better than like Dendro MC doesn't do anything. Like,
DMC is trash.
yeah,
Yeah. I think we're well. I mean, we have. Technically, I don't think we ever were in that place, but like we're well past the stage where just having Dendro is good now.
yeah.
So, like, Dendro is good with Lauma. That's it. Like, it's not fundamentally good. So,
Yeah, exactly.
DMC is useless. Yeah.
And I honestly, compared to the like other Anemo Forsters, I think Anemo MC's grouping with hold skill is stronger than like Lunettes and Hazos.
The only thing is
Oh,
that he has to stay on field for like 3 years.
Oh yeah, true. It
Yeah.
does take a bit to charge.
Wait, Flip. Who do you think is the second best MC? If you said it's not an Anemo.
It's not. Now that I think about it, it's probably on MMC. The rest suck.
Yeah.
Other than Pyro, they all just suck.
Yeah.
Technically, like Anemo Traveler also sucks.
It's
but-
literally like comparing shit versus poop.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. And then Pyro MC is just like the one that was above
Yeah,
all.
Like, we can't compare these.
True. And the
Nice one.
okay. Next, the okay. We should stall Sucrose a bit more. Like we cannot talk about the goat this early. We
Like, Sucrose is the best Anemo character, so yeah, we should probably leave her for.
then
True.
Jean.
She heals.
Yeah. Sunfire.
Yeah, Sunfire.
OMG.
I
Oh my
remember
God.
Sunfire. I also remember people who, like, yesterday I was like remembering that people played Jean with Pavonia. How is it called again? The physical 5-star.
Aquila?
Aquila.
Aquila Favonia.
Aquila Pavonia.
Mhm.
And
Oh
played
my god. Aquila physical DPS.
physical DPS. Like that.
It's
that
her
was
signature weapon. Surely it's good on her, right?
That was.
I mean, it would be if you're playing solo Jean for the fall damage thing. Because actually, next Stygian, we have the Fatui operative, right?
Can you
Yeah.
figure it like that? Like,
Can Jean solo her?
Isn't it based on level?
Can level 90? Wait, actually, you can have a level 95 Jean. Level 95 Jean versus level 110 Fatui operative. Can she fall damage her to death?
those are important.
You don't know. Isn't full damage percentage based anyway? How much percent is it?
It's I didn't look into it, but like technically it's a humanoid enemy, right?
Yeah, it
So-
can probably be full damaged.
If it can be full damage, then Jean can probably solo her.
Let me.
That would be crazy.
Imagine this becomes the new dire strat.
Like no,
Oh.
like this time around, I don't think the devs intended for like C0 Lauma to be able to blow up the dire crab in like 30 seconds. It might be like that for G next patch. That would be crazy.
I mean, don't give them ideas.
Someone has to try it. I mean, I'm sure someone will try it. But
Yeah, I also think so. Okay, we should talk about like the actual like application of Jean's kit, which mainly like at first she was kind of like useless. Like I guess for early players.
She
that
still is.
didn't- yeah, she is. But I want to talk about like Farina later on. But like why also Jean was insanely overrated with Farina is another story. Like people just believed in the sheets and were like, oh, especially Jason did this. Like he sold the shit out of Jean Farina. Like Hu Tao, Yelan, Jean Farina. I remember. I have trauma from it.
It's technically possible to get a Pyrus roll on that team, by the way, past the first rotation due to Blood Blossom.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, you can.
Like consistently.
Yes, but like even then, Bennett's better. I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh wait, it's hard to hear me. Do I need to wait?
Wait,
I can.
you sound fine.
No, it's probably because like my mic. I have to manually adjust something. Anyway, okay, so then yeah, well, what happened? Why was she so bad with Farina? Who wants to explain to the class?
Well, she just didn't offer anything besides VV. That was pretty much it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the ungrouping felt bad. Like the skill, the skill feels so ass to use.
Also another thing is her energy requirements are hell. Like actually hell.
Yeah,
From hell.
true. It pisses me off. This character was so pain to play. Also, like she has this like this is basically just a Raiden energy cap passive. Like the 20% energy refund when she uses her burst. Why not just make that into a baseline kit? And then the normal attacks that heal. Oh, this was early kit design, so why am I even complaining? Wait, but technically she has a what's her actual burst? Cause is it 60?
Jeans?
Yeah.
She has a passive that she's supposed to be an 80 cost, but she has a passive that reduces it. I don't remember if it reduces it by 20 or 15. I think it's 20, so she's a 60 cost pretty much. Spiritually a 60 cost.
Okay. Well, yeah. Okay, we don't have to follow. Let's switch over to Sucrose. I don't want to talk about Jean anymore.
Aren't you the number one? Who's the... Well, the podcast is named Sucrose Stans, so this is like our mascot. So we have to treat our mascot justly.
Exactly.
Well, who wants to start?
Butterfer, shouldn't this be your lane? The Mulan speedrunner?
He's muted. Oh no.
Oh.
Wait, since when
Oh,
is
no.
since when is
Okay.
Butterfer Molani speedrunner?
What do you mean? Did you not see his Mulan there?
I know that he plays Molani, but like
I will
dedicated.
I will say recently more people have been using our own instructor rather than VB.
Oh.
Just
Yeah, because first
Multi-wave.
of all, not even just multi-wave, but because like in a Mulan Angel and in PMC team, if you want to trigger
Yeah.
like scroll and then you want to trigger Petra and then you want to trigger instructors or VV, it's very hard to like get VV consistently from like one Hydro aura from Mualani. It's more consistent to swirl another element like PMC in that team. So that's why more people are not
Instructors
using.
It's not even that much worse, right? Like you're already getting shred.
It also kind of depends because if you look at Cactus, he reduces his res anyway when you knock him down. So
Knock him down.
VV does
Yeah.
less.
Was that a Chaska reference?
It wasn't. I'm sorry.
Oh. Yeah, Chaska says knock him down.
My bad.
Wow, you don't.
But,
Aren't you a
yeah.
Chaska main, kind of?
Whoa, okay, don't call me a Chaska, man.
Why are you
I'm
offended by getting called a Chaska main?
Because I'm loyal to Varessa and soon to be Nefer.
Okay, sure.
Based.
Anyways.
Anyway, something about that, like, I do like it from Mualani. I think it's funny for Mualani, but something annoying is that, like, for Flynn specifically, both TTDS and Instructor sacrifice Sucrose like EM stat, and that reduces the Luna charged you get from the resonance. That's something I've noticed. That's annoying. Yeah, we should just go over the history of Sucrose. So Sucrose is like, she has always kind of been dominating, like sometimes more, sometimes less. People called her a dogshit unit because she was quote unquote clunky, but you just needed to press her skill. There was no clunk. Like, they probably meant that if you use her burst, then sometimes she can push enemies away, but then don't use her burst.
Yes.
I barely use her
burst is like a non-factor. Like, I think people were kind of okay. So especially back early on, grouping was more important than it was. And Sucrose's grouping from both her skill and burst is kind of cringe.
Yeah.
Like, I've gotten used to it, but Sucrose's burst is kind of cringe. So in a meta landscape where damage isn't that important and more people wanted grouping, trying to play and learn Sucrose instead of like just taking the infinitely easier Kazuha or Venti at the time is kind of what skewed people's perception of Sucrose.
Yeah.
But as we've obviously gone on, Sucrose's buffing has been the focal point and the most important thing. And in single target content, Sucrose has very low field time and she gives like 250 EM with VV Shred from one skill. And that's kind of what has made her get this surgeons, because people are like, oh, wait, like she kind of isn't janky at all. You just need to skill and then swap off. But yeah, back then, using her burst was more important, which is why I guess people found her janky.
I mean, sure. She also had a place that I don't even want to mention it, but
her as a driver?
No, her as a driver, like that doesn't compare. I'm talking about Zhao battery. TTDS Zhao battery. We didn't have any other options because they released Zhao without releasing Faruzan, which is like releasing. That's like releasing a Skirk without. No, actually, that would have been better. It's like releasing.
Flins without Inefa?
Yeah, exactly. It's like releasing Flins without Inefa. Like, that was truly insane. An insane move from, like...
Ironically enough, she's probably still his best battery, right?
Yeah, probably. Although Faruzan does have battery a lot. Like, she is quite good at battery.
Yeah.
But, yeah... then the other thing about Sucrose that made her like really nice was that Vape and Melt are both very, very potent reactions, and since she provides so much EM, and when Vape wasn't in the meta anymore, it turned into Melt teams, and I guess forward Vape with Mualani. And now we are also seeing a shift towards like reactions that are similar to like specifically direct Lunar Charge, which can take great advantage out of Sucrose as well. Like, you can think of Flynn's burst hits in terms of how much they how much they benefit from EM like vaped hits, basically. Not as much, but still pretty solid amount.
Yeah, makes
And
sense.
EM's become such a valuable just stat in the current meta that even
Yeah,
for
the-
Nefer teams,
Yeah,
you just use Sucrose.
yeah, you can.
She
use
can.
Sucrose.
She doesn't even need to swirl at all. Just use Sucrose's E, and that's 200 EM to Nefer.
Yeah.
Would you just use
being-
Sucrose on Instructor in that team?
I don't even know if you proc a reaction.
No, you can't proc
Oh.
reactions. It would have to be
Oh,
like
makes
deep
sense.
or
Welcome back, by
SMS.
the way.
Yeah.
I guess you can with
Deepwood
like.
or
Hmm?
I was gonna say like you would put instructor on the Hydro character because that's the only one that could actually proc something.
Proc a reaction.
Although with
Yeah, makes sense.
if you don't use Nahida and you're using Lauma, I think like if you have C2 Ino, then like
Ino?
burst into skill into like the coordinated normal attack should be like 3 instances of Hydro, and that I think that could be enough to like have a bit of Hydro aura that you can react with Sucrose, but I'm not sure how reliable that will be. Probably not reliable.
Yeah, probably not.
And no one has C2 I know that is going to pull for Nefer, except me, because I
I have C2, I know, and I'm gonna pull for Nefer.
You pulled
are
for
like
Flynn.
you are a spender. I'm talking about free to play.
What? I'm not a spend. Who said I'm a spender?
Isn't that pretty obvious?
I'm not a spender.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, because everyone else spends on you.
Exactly.
That is still considered a spender. Anyway, so yeah, that basically sums it up. Sucrose is just the GOAT. Like the Kazuha versus Sucrose comparison was mainly because there were some very strong teams that didn't interact with the EM at all during Kazuha's rise, like Double Hydro, Electro Charged, or Ayaka or something. Just places where you would rather like that basically just didn't rely on reactions, and the grouping was better. So but then it shifted when we got to Fontaine. Actually no, in Fontaine, Linny and
Natlan.
yeah, in Natlan mainly. In Fontaine we still had like Linny, Villette, and kind of Risley, who still used Kazuha pretty well. But then
I think Kazuha was better until Molani came out.
oh yeah, even though like Alekino's best team was Vape, or like I guess Vape with or like Overload, I guess. But like the difference between like in specific Alekino chambers, I remember that Alekino's AoE was so bad, which in my opinion Alekino's AoE was so overglazed. Her C2 has great AoE, but her baseline AoE is like not even that much bigger than like normal like not infused Polyarmor attacks, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like the range is not that big. It's like Flynn's normal attacks, but Flynn's isn't a normal attack damage dealer. But yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
So Alekino Kazuha was
Kazuha was
important,
good.
is what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
Makes sense.
But yeah, since Sucrose kit isn't just grouping and a bit of damage bonus, and she's actually the buffing goat. Also,
Oh my god! Oh my! I forgot her C6. Yeah.
yeah, C6 was mainly for like aggravate teams, so like because you didn't give it to them. Yeah, it was good in aggravate teams.
Nahida and Sucrose fighting for the Electro Aura.
Okay, yeah, that was
still don't-
funny. But
I still don't have the C6.
really,
Sucrose?
Yeah. She's
What?
C5.
Yeah.
Sucrose just isn't.
No,
in the
Are we
shop
sure?
for no reason.
Are you guys
Nope.
real Sucrose stans?
What are we supposed to do? It's RNG.
No, it's not. No. Actually, no, it's not. Sucrose is available in the
No,
shop.
she's not.
No, she's
She's
not.
not.
Huh?
We went over this flip.
Yeah.
What?
Sucrose and Chongyun are the only 1.04 stars that aren't in the shop.
I knew that. I was clip farming.
The instant switch up. Okay.
Oh my
anyway.
god.
Yeah, let's move on to the next character. Otherwise, we're sitting here for 2 hours. So, Zhao. As I've already said, Zhao wasn't a character till Faruzan. He was pretty shit. Like, he just didn't do damage. Like, he was not comparable to Ganyu or Hu Tao. Ganyu and Hu Tao were always miles better than Zhao. His only redeemable quality was that his AoE compared to Ganyu and Hu Tao was like better.
It was good.
But I don't.
Was it better than Ganyu's?
Yeah.
Melt Ganyu. Like, Melt Ganyu is
I guess,
single
like-
target.
Oh, I was thinking of Melt 2 in my head. If you're talking about Morgana, then obviously
Yeah,
no.
Morgana was better.
Yeah, because I was thinking like, whenever, like AoE, man, like Xiao doesn't. The biggest
On you-
problem with him is,
Yeah.
he doesn't do damage. That's the biggest problem. So basically, I was thinking like, Ganyu, if you're playing Melt, obviously only the bloom can hit multiple enemies, right? But like, that doesn't really matter because I don't think Ganyu needs the original arrow to do more damage than Xiao.
Yeah.
Yeah, she kind of does.
Ganyu on release was kind of broken. I'm just realizing she was like the best AoE
Yeah,
character in the
Ziox-
game because she
Ziox-
could utilize Venti.
Ziox said.
Flip. She was okay. I don't know if she was glazed more than Neuvillette, but she was the OG Neuvillette,
Yeah.
the most
Yeah.
glazed character.
And then her
More-
and then if you wanted single target checks, which didn't even really exist at the time, you could just bust her Melt.
yeah,
Yeah.
well, later we learned that Melt Ganyu with the
Was bad.
Changling Zhongli version was like more than, I think. All I know is Hu Tao VV is more than 50% better. But anyway.
The Hu Tao Glazer strikes again!
Hu Tao
Let's
Glazer.
go!
Oh my
Strike.
god.
And also, a lot of the Melt Ganyu calcs were assumed that you're hitting a weak spot with Prototype Crescent,
Oh yeah,
which was
I
like...
Who on
that
earth
was
is doing that?
Crazy inflation.
Oh yeah,
And also
right.
100% crit
Prototype.
rate.
Prototype Amber is crazy. No,
Well-
it's not. It was never really real. And wait, that's so stupid. It can't be real because the Frostflake Bloom or whatever it's called, that can't get affected by weak spots.
It's if you.
And
hit
I'm
it,
talking
then
about
you-
the initial shot.
Yeah, but oh, I guess that would still be a buff, but it would be like buffing less than half of her damage.
Huh?
No,
Because like when you hit the weak,
it's an attack in.
like when you hit the weak spot with the original arrow, like the bloom afterwards doesn't get affected by it, right? You don't get more crit rate on the rest of
the
on
crit
most of your
rate.
damage.
Yeah. You're right. The
Oh.
crit rate, yes. The crit rate, yes. But the attack,
Yeah.
like you'd get the initial crit rate for the arrows, like the
Yes,
actual
that's-
arrow hit, and then it would proc Prototype Crescent
Yeah.
to give you the 72% buff for everything.
Oh, yeah, right. That's I forgot how Prototype Crescent worked. That was so.
Well,
To be fair, no
No,
one calls with
enemies-
this weapon anymore.
Yeah.
It's fine.
yeah,
It's-
enemies just don't have weak points now.
Yeah.
They really don't.
Well, even if they did,
It would be a good weapon if enemies did. Like for Chaska. Okay, imagine we had enemy weak.
Also, can't even hit weak points.
What?
Oh wait, no, you could do a CA with her.
Yeah.
do an aim shot before you E.
Yeah,
And then
that's like 2 seconds though.
no, you.
Wait, no, you could.
Oh,
It could
no.
be in
Half
charge. It could be in
charge.
charge. Yeah. Hold on.
We're cooking.
New
we're
method.
cooking. Okay, let's move on to like Zhao. Okay, no, actually Zhao was fine when Faruzan came out. Like he was like
Yes.
the top 3. Is that Glaze top?
Top 3, top 5 on release when like the patch
Faruzan
Farzan was out.
release,
So
yeah.
wait. Oh, I think Zhao was like top 3 at 3 different points in Genshin history just to immediately get power crept in like the next 2 patches.
Yeah.
First was obviously
Oh my
Leeway,
God.
second was Farzan's release, then third was Shonyan's release.
Tianyun,
Oh,
And even then, I think Gaming was probably better than
yeah,
Zhao.
Gaming was always better. Gaming was literally always better.
Yeah, okay. So top 3, top 5, and then just immediately phased out.
Actually, no.
Yeah.
Regarding Gaming, we are not like we shouldn't assume on Xianyun release. We shouldn't assume Gaming C6 are.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say
yeah.
that.
Okay, sure.
Okay, but like Zhang Ling, Gan Yu, and Hu Tao, those were better than Zhao, right? So he's not top 3 in Liwei.
Yes. I mean, he did very questionable damage. It was just, I mean, like the DPS checks in terms of just pure damage output. It was Hu Tao, and I would guess it's like probably Melt Ganyu, if not.
Yeah, Internet,
It was probably just
and Hu
yeah,
Tao.
Melt Ganyu, and then it's literally fucking international. And all of them, those should be more damage than Xiao.
Okay, yeah, true. We forgot to talk about like Zhao had a resurgence with Faozan. I think a lot of people agreed that Zhao was better than Wanderer with Faozan.
I mean, I was one of those that didn't really mind.
Yeah, they were
Like,
they were
there's this
very
big-
similar. Like they were honestly, yeah.
I think there was a lot of, I guess, unfair bias against Wander from certain sides
Such that.
because of his interruption from interruption resistance.
Oh,
When his best team on release was literally what, Toma, Bennett, Farazan.
Yeah.
So I didn't think it was a problem, and then it was pretty similar, but I think I preferred Wander.
Yeah, that's
And a Wander is better without C6 Farazan
Yeah.
because you can play a Taser team or something.
Yeah.
yeah.
And also, Farazan was on banner with him, which wasn't the case with Xiao. So C6 Farazan. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We know what you're saying.
And then later on, Zhao had another buff. Like Zhao really was the original like Novilla because like Farazan.
Zhao's not the original Novella. He's the original potential man. Why is he running like Megami? All these buffs just to be
Yeah,
mid.
that's what I meant.
What are we
Like,
doing?
He got like
Oh.
all
Treasure,
the
Ice
buffs, yet he does
40k DPS.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I guess with Xianyun, like Xianyun and Zhao have like, in my opinion, probably the most synergy out of any Xianyun buffer. Maybe not Dilu.
Yeah.
Particles.
Like because
And
Dilu's enables-
Shunyun's plunges are like 40, like Shunyun's portion of Zhao's plunge damage is like 40%, I
Yeah,
think.
and you can go
It's so funny.
you can go really low with Xianyun's energy recharge requirements if you build mono Anemo.
Yeah.
And like
I think the
Faro-
biggest thing with that was, what was Xiao's biggest problem? It's just like energy black hole feels like dog shit.
Yeah, sorry.
It's like Xianyun and Farazan together, just kind of so much better.
Yeah, true.
Zhao just doesn't do damage anymore.
Yeah, no, he
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
saying back in the day, like nowadays.
Like, I don't think there's nothing you can do to Zhao to make him any better now, other than like outside of direct buffs. I remember talking to Jason about this. Like, what do you do to Zhao? Like, if they were to like, so Genshin doesn't really buff older characters, but if they had to, right? Like, oh my brain is dying. Basically, for Zhao to keep, if Genshin keeps like releasing more and more characters in the future and more characters get stronger, other characters can utilize different buffers. But with Zhao, how would they like make him better outside of directly buffing him? Because unless they just make better Farazan or better Xianyun, he doesn't really have anywhere to get stronger.
I was gonna say, I was talking to Nor about this actually. He doesn't rate Farina all that much for
I
this
guess.
because C6 Yansan, according to him at least, is like a side grade.
Yeah,
to
he's
Farina.
right there. I cut clips too.
Oh, fuck C6 Yansan. Anyway, I was gonna talk about this more when Farazan and Wander. Did you guys? I don't think so. So
No,
yeah.
we didn't. You go in
Yeah.
chronological order.
Yeah, that makes sense. So I was gonna say Varka is gonna be a thing in Not Cry, and with Varka, who has an Anemo vision, that's confirmed, and there is a 99.999% chance he will be an on-field main DPS. So that leads me to believe. Saga, what are you doing?
What?
You're just sliding the slider.
I'm remembering my point, okay?
Okay. Anyway, so I was gonna say Xiao and Wonder could receive a pretty damn good Anemo buffer before Mark is released, the same way Ayaka did for with Escoffier. So this character could be better than like Farina for Xiao, and like Wonder has like an extra slot open, so that could be something that they could get. But at the end of the day, Xiao has 1.3 numbers. It's that doesn't
Even Hu Tao has aged better.
Hu Tao has a way the fuck better.
Both Hu Tao and Ganyu have aged significantly better than Xiao.
I just
So
think
much
the
better.
main thing with Zhao is that like his only quote unquote like steroid is this damage bonus buff. It's not even like direct bonus like it is for Yoimiya or Wanderer. It's like a damage bonus, and then his ascension passive.
100%.
Yeah, it
Mhm.
says like I was so confused about this, but apparently like this is actual like damage bonus. It doesn't like directly increase the damage of it, right?
Yeah, I get what
It's
you
damage
mean.
percent. It's like goblet
Yes.
damage.
Exactly,
Yes.
and that's why it's like so horrible, especially with like Farina also, like
Oh, yeah.
because she also provides a damage bonus. And then Ascension 1, this would be such a cool passive if it was direct damage like the Villa, like, but it's also damage percent. So like he has
You
125.
mean a true multiplier?
Yeah, it's true multiplier. So his
okay.
basic kit is like 100% damage bonus, not even, and then like 12.5%, or like a bit more actually. I forgot how much average damage percent it is from this, and then an Anemo and fusion on his normal attacks. That's his entire kit. Like there's nothing more, and that's just way worse than Hu Tao and Ganyu. Hu Tao gets a massive attack bonus on top of like a crit buff, on top of like the
HP cap.
Hmm?
Never mind.
It's
It's a Hu Tao.
It's funny
main.
that for like Hu Tao has a passive that's completely useless, like literally it does not see use anymore, and she's still better than
Oh
Xiao.
yeah, true. Actually, yeah,
Oh
both
my
yeah.
god.
both of Hu Tao's passive don't get used. But anyway, yeah, she also just and then Ganyu has like other motion values and self crit buffs. So like, it was
Also, there's another one that is, I guess, a little bit more subtle. Because we have a new free C1 thing. Like, Ganyu benefits massively because she has an OK C1. Shenhe also has an OK C1.
yeah.
Xiao does not have shit. Hu Tao has a very good C1. Like, a massive C1. So, like, that's another gap.
That's true.
Or another addition to the gap between them.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm pretty sure Ganyu with Escoffier, C1 Shenhe, and Farina is like, I don't know about KQMS, but at my standard, it's actually good.
They made Xiao C4 give him defense.
True. It's a big defense thing though. It's like 70% or something, or was it?
I mean,
Just
yeah,
make
but he's
him
an attack scaler.
No, he's a def scaler because I'm Delulu anyway. What?
True.
Honestly, like C4 should have given him like something.
Just
Like
give him Albedo C4.
But it's still damage percent.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
completely overset.
Convert, just give him a def multiplier. Trust.
Yeah, def multiplier, some kind of true multiplier. Then he can also use honestly even attack buffs. Like even a 60% attack buff would have been fine.
Yeah.
That's
Give him Skirk's constellations.
true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not def.
Anyway, we have the how the mighty have fallen.
Oh my god, this guy.
Went from like this is probably the most like went from the best character in the game. I guess we have a bunch of
Flip just
What?
left.
Oh my
interesting.
god.
Like I think he's one of the only
What?
He's one of what? Wait, what is he saying? I need to.
Bro just said I need to dip.
Oh, it's fine.
Unbelievable. What is this
Okay,
guy?
time to watch the viewers decline because everyone's just here because of Flip. Okay, surely you all aren't here, not because of Flip. Anyway. So yeah, Kazuha was the best character in the game at certain points. Because his grouping was so good. He also had the 40% damage bonus. And he also has access to the VV set. And also, he had personal damage at some point. Like, it had relevant personal damage. But yeah, that is not there anymore. And who wants to explain to the class why that's not there anymore? Sensei
Yeah, I mean, I was
Butterfer.
gonna say the biggest reason for Kazuha's downfall is just over time, his universal application, just each single one of them just got a niche buffer that's just so much better. That's just so much better. Like if Escoffier didn't exist, if Chevreuse didn't exist, Kazuha would be great. And well, there's also Shilinen, who is literally him but better.
Yeah.
The Citlali kind of, but also kind of fill some of those. And now we have just good sub DPSs like Inefa, just plug into anywhere that you could have used him before. Like with over vape teams instead of VV vape, you could do that. And there's Lauma, there's also obviously nowadays you don't even use damage percent anymore. So it's just there's Lauma, there's Inefa. You're just he's still fundamentally good. It's just he's at every single thing he's good at, there's someone better.
Yeah.
And I would say the nail in the coffin is the fact that, Sucrose and Shilinen are just better, even when you don't have a niche buffer for that slot. And back in the day, like I was gonna say, back in the day, his damage was actually good in AoE. AoE was prevalent. His double swirl damage, and especially with aggravate, with electrocharged, was very strong. It just got through a lot of AoE stuff. And unlike Venti, he actually has easily controllable grouping that you could just keep on using. He was just really, really good. But yeah.
Yeah, nowadays his burst is just it does damage and that's it. And his personal damage doesn't really matter anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like his personal damage also I was gonna say his personal damage also just went down because there's no AoE content.
Yeah, the funny thing regarding that, I saw multiple videos hyping Kazuha up. Does anyone remember what patch it was? It was Chaska and Auroron when they did a reaction buff. And Jason said that, okay, this stream is the official Jason slandered stream. I'm sorry, I don't have personal beef with Jason. It's just like he happened to make that video. Anyway, he said that like this is the biggest buff to Kazuha, and like we never saw anything of that. Like it basically didn't change shit.
Wait. Okay, I just joined back. Which unit we are? Kazuha, right?
Kazuha.
Yeah.
We were just talking about how like during the Chaska and Auroron patch there was a massive transformative reaction buff. And people hyped it up for Kazuha to be better than Jilonen again. Yeah.
It was really not all that. Like if any in like overload teams with like Chevreuse, it was 2k DPS increase at best.
Yeah.
It's really not all that, to be honest.
Something interesting though is that like for certain teams it is actually better for the Pyro to be fully M in like certain overload teams. I've seen that a few times.
Yeah, it's true. I've seen it, I've played it, and it's just that if you have strong crit stats, you might as well just use them. It's better that way.
If the unit doesn't have motion values, then crit doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's like Toma, for example.
Yeah. Toma or like PMC or something.
Yeah, you can say that.
I guess that.
But I feel like that increased to the EC because it went from 1.5 to 3, and LC has a hidden 3 times multiplier to whatever the MV is
Conspiracy theory.
because it's technically EC. So what if they did that change, thinking of lunar EC far into the future?
True.
Wait, you're a genius. That's where the 3x multiplier came from.
Like I think that's what it is because the reaction itself is no. The EC itself is 3 times. Direct LC is 3 times. There seems to be a coincidence.
Coincidence?
Hold on,
I
let me
think
search this
not.
up.
I think it's what it is, but I'm probably just
I think you're
roaming
correct.
out there.
Because wait, no, maybe you.
Yeah,
because otherwise, it's just direct. Direct, right? It's a direct. Lunar charge has a 3x multiplier for no reason.
Yeah, it is. On top of ignoring the fence and shit.
Oh wait, no. Electro charge has a 2x multiplier, not a. The base damage is 2, not 3.
Oh, it's overload. My bad.
Oh.
Yeah, overload is 2.75. It's high.
Okay. Something that is funny is that they did this 2 times. They've made like 2.
They did it in 1.2.
No, I meant something else. They did the Luna thing. We give new characters random benefits that have no explanation at all. They did first of all the 3 times multiplier for Electro or like Luna reactions, and then they did the 200 base EM for Lauma and Nefer.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, I think it makes sense because they have base EM multipliers with no attack whatsoever, and the EM doesn't really have a base stat.
First of all, they should have just given everyone like 1 EM as a baseline. Like you can technically do that because everyone, like imagine every character just had 1 EM as a baseline. That would be, first of all, it would be funny, and second of all, because of rounding issues, like sometimes there are certain rounding issues in Genshin where I have noticed that, like, that they round up, but they display it as rounding down. So they could have done that intentionally, so it would show 0 EM even though it's technically 1 EM.
Yeah.
So I don't know why they didn't just do 1 EM. I feel like it feels so disrespectful for Alhaitham. Like, Alhaitham, this is so mean for Alhaitham because he doesn't get 200 EM. So, like...
Do you know why he doesn't get? He doesn't get because he has attack scalings. If they remove that, they will do the same.
Yes. But like it's still like they could have done 1 EM, like I said, and it wouldn't have done a difference. Yeah. This was intentional. The 200 EM.
Yeah, I get it.
This is a Sucrose buff. We're talking about the Sucrose buff, not a 2 EM, 20 EM, not even a substat. Like that's a 10 substats. Yeah. Anyway,
I agree with that. Yeah. But like then again, they're balancing. Well, it's not like they're balanced the same. They're balancing it. Like if it's gonna be like 1 EM, they would just add like 10% to the multipliers or something, and it would be the same.
I guess so. Yeah, it is balanced in the end. It is balanced while not being balanced. But still.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I would say that actually brings something up. What do you think is balanced nowadays?
What? I think Flynn's and Never are balanced. Hot take. Flynn's is balanced.
Yeah, because that makes sense. Because like, I feel like as long as Nefer with Columbina doesn't like surpass Mawika Melt, is fine.
Oh, I don't think it will, to be honest. But it might get close. It might get close.
Like, Nefer is really bad in KQM, but she scales really good, really well with artifacts, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
she's a hyper carry and she likes a lot of EM and a lot of stats.
Yeah,
Like she's like at the good standard, she's looking pretty scary. Like Nefer or Columbina could, if she pushes her ahead by even just 30%, which I think is totally doable from I know. She is at Marika numbers.
That would be peak.
Yeah. But that being said, I've not calculated Marika's
New combos.
best melt combo yet. It's not a massive increase because like single cryo melts, you can't do too much with it. But there is a new combo that I recommend. That might be another upscale. I need to make sure what. I need to check what it is.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh, okay,
Single cryo melts.
some
It's not a crazy combo. It's an easy one.
something else regarding like Flynn's and Nefer is that I guess it's kind of like against Butterfer's points because I do think that comparing Flynn's and Nefer, I thought this yesterday while I was about to sleep, because like Flynn's and Nefer have absolutely no flexibility whatsoever in their team building. It's extremely strict. It's even Skirk, honestly, even Skirk has more freedom. And compare that to like Veressa, Marika, honestly Chalska, Kinnick a bit less because like he does really need burning, but even then he has some flexibility still. But then true, Nefer and Flynn's both have two, like still one bad slot that like it doesn't matter that much, but the first three characters are just like kind of just set in stone, and that's that is a big issue compared to the Natlan carries.
Restricting team building is garbage when it comes to this game. I don't fucking like it.
Yeah, I used to not mind it that much, but now it does matter because team flexibility matters in Stygian. Getting different matchups, like getting to, like Clorand getting to use EC against the EC boss, then getting to use Overload if she needs more damage. That is huge. That is a huge thing. But other characters can't do that. Nefer can't fit.
That's true.
Yeah, Nefer can't fit in like
the only flexibility Nefer could probably have is like if they add Azimon, the second best boss, in Stygian, and they say, "Oh, give me Quicken or you will fucking die." She just replaces Nahida with like an electro character.
Yeah.
And that's like it. But guess who can do the same? Kinnich with Janssen.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So
I was gonna say I look at it slightly differently because in Stygian there's 3 bosses. Like the matchups, like you can find a decent matchup in 1 out of the 3 bosses. The only problem with that is essentially like the teams you want, if it restricts other options, or if it restricts other teams, one of your 2 other teams, then that becomes a problem. So, like for Nefer, I think it's actually less bad for Nefer because if you have Nefer, there's literally 0 reason to use Llama elsewhere. So, like, tying down Llama isn't a problem to me. Now it's just Columbina. If Columbina is a massive increase to her, that could be, like, not ideal because Columbina will likely be sought after by other teams as well.
Yeah.
And the last slot is whatever. There's no good option.
Yeah, it's basically opportunity cost in a way. Exactly. You gotta divide your unit's power in order to make it even, so you can clear everything just under the time limit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and that is true.
For Nefer, it's at least okay that her last slot is kind of just, at the moment, not really competitive, which is Nahida. So that's at least a plus. But the other 2 is like Aino and just pretty much just Aino. So if you intend to play both Flynn's and Nefer, you gotta make a choice.
Okay, regarding like...
Well, Flynn's doesn't. I know that much, right? You can use Yelan for Nefer can't use Yelan.
I do
Yeah.
think that Flynn's is like better off with C0 Ino still.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Regarding
Indeed.
something else, I forgot what I wanted to say. Oh no. It was.
Oh no.
Oh,
I
no.
just had it in my head.
It's the end. And we've been kind of dragging this topic for a while. We're still on Kazuha, by the way.
Yeah, don't stress me.
That's funny.
We must keep going.
Oh, that is not what
Sorry.
I wanted. Huh? Where? Oh, Anemo's. Always pissing me off. Anyway, Sayu. Honestly, not much. Can we skip Sayu? I mean, Sayu is a healer.
She's worse.
And
She's worse, Jean.
yeah. She can be on
And
field
better
and do
be
very
easy.
low damage, and she heals and she can hold VV, and she's very bad.
And she's
Energy black
better
hole.
than
Energy black hole
Zuki.
too, true, yeah.
Yeah.
Hazel. The original
Hazel.
what even is he? He's a nuker.
He's like
Uh,
he's the prototype for Lynette and for Lanyan.
Oh, yeah,
And he
sure.
has the worst of both worlds. Less damage and no defensive utility.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think
And you could also say a prototype for Navia. Due to the way he stacks his key.
yeah, that is something I have a huge issue with. In my opinion, his kid would make like so much more sense if he either had very like 2 times his skill damage, or if he had a passive that increases his normal attack damage directly and like gives it actual numbers, because like these don't do anything. He has like the Flint's problem, except the skill doesn't do shit either. Like it is good for 1 hit, but like he needs 2 hits, but he can't even fit in 2 hits because it has a 10-second cooldown.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
got him once and I was like, okay, I'm gonna try this guy to 4 Dark Clear, and I'm like, holy shit, he's beyond dog shit. He's
Yeah.
genuinely unplayable.
Yeah.
Like, even nowadays with Farozan and quick swap teams with like Lani and Lynette and type shit you can do, he's just by far the worst option you can pick.
Yeah. He also should have had 2 skill charges.
Ooh. Oh, that too.
Oh yeah, why doesn't he? That's so weird.
No idea.
Yeah.
Go
Anyway.
ahead.
Yeah, anyway.
No, I was gonna say, like Saga was right. This dude should definitely have 2 skill charges.
Yeah.
Unlucky.
Hazel was probably like one of my, like, he was the first character I looked into like leaks to be interested in him, and I was so excited for Hazel, but like he flopped so bad. I remember I wanted Hazel more than Kazuha, and I ended up using Kazuha like every single abyss when Kazuha was still good. That was tragic. Anyway, next is the literal goat, which is funny because like Farozan and Sucrose are like both goats, but like Farozan's biggest issue is not having an actual carry to support.
Yeah, Farozan, if you look at her kit, she is just really, really good.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, the same cannot be said about the characters who actually do Anemo talent damage.
Yeah, the best Anemo carries is Chaska, and Chaska doesn't do any damage.
Yeah, Chaska doesn't do Anemo damage. It doesn't even matter.
Chaska isn't an animal carrier, she's PAGC.
Yeah, but she isn't.
Well, she's a pyro. She's a pyro carrier.
She's a melt carry.
Yeah.
She's a rainbow carry.
Oh my god, good for her.
Regarding Farazan's
Good one.
buffing, I have noticed recently that like I wanted to compare it to Escoffia, but I do actually think she's less good compared to Escoffia. She has 40% crit damage, 40% damage, and 30% resistance shred, which is like less utility than Escoffia, sadly. But that's just because of numbers power creep, like support number power creep. And she's still very good. Like she has the same numbers as
there's
Chevy.
also
Yeah.
there's a big thing that made her so good for Xiao specifically is that she generates at C6 a massive amount of particles.
Yeah, true.
That's something I would say.
Oh
Like,
my
if you
fucking
include-
God, 56.
Yeah, like if you include that in her like evaluation, I would say she's probably higher even numerically because you can build like 100
Oh,
less
yeah,
ER on
yeah.
Xiao or something.
Yeah, when I'm exclusively talking about C6000. Like, obviously, I'm one of the people that, like, rightfully so, that think that Farazan isn't a character without C6. She just has too many problems,
Yeah,
and she doesn't provide any, like, her buffs don't become better than other options before C6. It's the 40% crit damage that make her the best.
And to this day, if you check every single 4-star Constellation 6 from C0, from like C5 to C6 even, Farazan has by far the biggest jump and it's not even close.
Yeah, I believe that.
Like 90% of her kit is in the C6.
Yeah. They actually, they could have easily put
it
the
is
crit
so
damage in the C0 baseline kit, in my opinion. There was no need to put it into C6. C6 could have fixed her energy, or the other way around. But I honestly, I kind of like the fact that she's an energy black hole at C0. If they balanced it around it, but like she has both her buffing and her energy locked behind that constellation, and that's just too much.
Yeah,
it's just too much.
It's
It's
way
half
too
her.
much.
It's half her kit basically, locked behind the constellation.
I feel like
fun
this is gonna be a massive conversation point when Varka comes out because
boy.
I think he'll use her.
Yeah,
Even if
yeah,
because judging by Sarah, crit damage to like a specific element does buff the lunar damage as well, right?
Yeah.
Because Flynn's can use Sarah C6.
Oh, yeah, but
So Farazan,
Vaka won't be Luna, because he's from much.
or well, he might have a moon wheel for the gameplay reasons, but I don't know. It's like regardless, he's an Anemo main DPS, so I see no reason why he won't be best in, or why Farazan would not be one of the best in slots for him. So it's gonna be a C6 Farazan thing once again, because like if you have C6 Farazan, she's insane. If you don't have C6 Farazan, it's troll despair.
Yeah.
Fortunately, there should be a 5-star support as well. Probably the Adeptus, the horse Adeptus from Lantern, right? Or something like another support for Varka. Because like I don't think it's just gonna be Farazan, but
maybe.
Yeah, but that won't.
It'll be another.
They will work with Farazan if anything, like in the,
absolutely,
in the team.
because it'll be 3 supports, and 2 of them is gonna be Farazan and the new one.
I wonder if Bennett will make it into Vaka teams.
No.
I also hope not. I want Bennett to be done. I'm sorry to the Bennett stans. I'm tired of Bennett.
I agree with you. I think Bennett's like, even now, he's still good, obviously, but he kind of suffers the same thing as Kazuha in that there are so many niche supports that are just better than a general support for that specific archetype.
True.
Because like there's attack scaling characters, like you got your Flynn's, you got your Skirk, they just don't want Bennett. It'll be the best characters in the game will continue to be like that, I think.
Yeah, true.
Well, Movika's the exception. Movika still really likes Bennett, but she can do without him, no problem.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we forgot to mention Movika Kazuha. Your special,
Oh!
the Butterfer special.
Yeah, so Kazuha can do this thing called absorb cryo in his burst.
We didn't even
So,
talk about that. We completely forgot that.
Yeah. So basically, what you can do is you use Kazuha to swirl pyro, but absorb cryo with his burst. So he can essentially act both as a buffer and as a double cryo enabler for Mavuika. So you can melt 7 charge attacks within her burst window instead of the usual 4. So it's more damage because you can do a better combo.
Yeah, sure.
And that is, I can't do it because my Farus or my Citlali, I can't do the craziest combos because my Citlali is C2, not C6. But if you look on Billy, the strongest whale team in the game by a country mile is Mavuika, Shilinin, Kazuha, and Citlali. Where Kazuha can absorb cryo and with his C6 instantly swirl pyro.
Wait, didn't you?
And you just have a
Didn't you?
44 million damage, 44 million DPR team.
Didn't you say that
Just like that.
that whale Mualani is always better than Mavuika because you can
Yes,
run both?
until a couple of months ago when the new combos came out that increased Mavuika's damage by 30%.
Okay, the concept of that is so funny. Like we might never get direct character buffs, but at least we get we get combo buffs regularly, apparently.
Yeah.
Well, but that's only with characters
only
that
for
have
Mavuika,
combos, so-
only for the broke. If
Only-
only for the characters that are already power crap the entire game. Others don't get that.
Yep. Yeah, I feel like because of the way Mavuika works, she has access to multiplicative reactions. She has access to C2, Citlali, and she has access to combos. Which none of those things are like necessarily fully intended by the devs. There is a possibility that at C2+, Mavuika will stay the strongest character in the game until the end of the game. Because she's literally just so... Like, the new characters, look at Flynn's. He's doing less than half of her DPR. Nephra's a bit higher, but it's still nowhere close. I don't know how long it'll take until someone actually power creeps Mavuika.
Yeah, I'm wondering.
Yeah.
We'll see
Honestly,
what's
I
happening.
like it like this because, like, in order to access those ridiculous things, you actually have to try.
Yeah, I guess I kind of shifted. I used to aggressively be mad about every single Mavuika thing, but the damage has already been done, and now I kind of just don't care anymore. Like, Mavuika, sure, go pop off with your 500k DPS new combo every new week bullshit stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
Given up.
it'd be like that.
Anyway, speaking of giving up, that is something that every Wanderer player did.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, so Wanderer,
Affumedo.
Wanderer is a lost cause.
wait, I
The-
think
I mean-
the biggest Wanderer issue by far wasn't even like his numbers on release. It was basically just Farozan, in my opinion. Like the fact that you needed C6 Farozan.
For sure.
And without it, he
Yeah.
was a Sucrose side grade. Like, you would play him as a driver, and then Sucrose buffing the team and, like, doing transformative damage was better than Wanderer.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah, I will say though, the only Wanderer main I know is Noir. He did the, basically compared to like Xiao, Wander has the upside of having like okay constellations.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Especially I guess you get a free one from the event. And the rest is like if you're still a Wanderer main in 2025, you probably have him at some pretty high stuff. And he actually has a good C6.
Yeah, true. His
So, yeah.
C6 is good.
Like you look at the entire 3.x cast, and only Wanderer has good cons, like over the board.
Yeah. I mean, well, they're not even. I would say C1 is mid. C2 is actually okay because like the burst is pretty big. C3 is pre-Fontaine C3. Unfortunate. C4 is whatever. C5 is actually good, I think.
No,
Or is it?
it's the opposite actually. C3.
It's the opposite. C3 is pretty good. C5 is
shit.
Prefontaine.
Yeah, it's
C5
Before
is
they did normal attack constellations.
and C6 is great. So I guess he's kind of like Alhaitham in that sense.
yeah.
Every con was pretty mid until C6. C6 is actually good.
I
Yeah.
want
And then you got your Sino cons. Oh,
not
no.
the Sino cons.
We don't talk about them.
Sino cons.
Another thing regarding Wanderer is that he really likes Pyro or like double Pyro, but Bennett and Mavrika, like as a duo, doesn't do that. Like it's not a strong duo for Wanderer. It's mostly because of the scroll. Like Mavrika can't hold scroll, and you can play Sitlali, Mavrika, Bennett technically, but let's be serious.
Okay, that defeats the purpose.
That defeats the entire purpose. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like the fact that he didn't benefit from Mavrika at all, like Farina was nice. I have my C0 Farina issues with that team because I
don't know.
C0 Farina, but like with C2
I'm a fan of Farina.
Hmm?
I said I'm a fan of Farina. You just have to do a slightly different rotation, I think.
Yeah, but what do you do?
It is what it is.
You just do, well, I think you do Farina, and then you do Bennett, and then you do Bennett QE, and then you do Farazan, and then you do Wander. So essentially Farina herself can't get healed, but you have constant full HP. Well, not constant full HP, but you get to heal Bennett, Farazan, and Wander to full
But
HP.
doesn't Bennett's buff, like Hydro increases Wanderer's field time, so like he should be like 12 seconds on field or 11 seconds.
Yeah, Bennett, that's fine. Bennett lasts for 14 seconds.
Yes.
I don't know.
He does have all
And
the
Wanderer's burst snapshots, so you don't need to let it finish playing.
Okay, yeah, sure.
That's what Nor does. He's like the only Wanderer main I know.
Okay. I will trust that.
Yeah.
I won't make random speculation.
Yeah.
But yeah, his burst at C0 is like not like it's you can use it every other rotation. Actually, with C6 Farazan you have enough energy to use it every rotation, right?
You use it if you have it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but if
So,
you use Favonius Farazan and then Favonius Farina and then Farazan C6 batterying, then I think it should be enough to do it every rotation.
Yeah, that's kind of what you do anyway.
Yeah.
They don't have any
probably.
other.
Probably, yeah. I would say.
And then with C2 it becomes mandatory. I think with C2 it's probably like half of his damage, right?
No, not half, but a big portion, yeah.
More like 30%? Like
I don't know the exact
40%?
numbers, but it's big.
Yeah, and it's
That's what she said.
the sad thing is it's backloaded. I wish it was front loaded.
Yeah, that's true. But oh well. I would say like Wander is, compared to some certain old DPS, is a little bit less bricked because he actually has the options to. Because like the biggest pain points was you didn't have Farazan C6, but if you did have Farazan C6, he's far from being the worst thing there is.
Yeah, I guess so. He's if you didn't run a shielder, then he's like he has no interruption resistance, and because shielders aren't in his best teams anymore, that's a bit annoying. Like he is, I think, on field with Farina, he should be the squishiest character, the squishiest on fielder, because his base stats are bad, and Farina makes it so that your average HP is like 70% or something.
I mean, yeah. Like, if I were to play him, I would probably just do Yelan Inefa.
True. Inefa, yeah, you're right. Inefa is his best team.
Yeah, Farzan, Yelan, and Effa. That's a pretty
But-
solid team.
Yeah, but the problem is like Inefa would be better off like probably Inefa hyper carry might be investing into Inefa's damage might be more return. But that's just the
I don't know. Like, it's actually it should be decent.
I think
But-
isn't
Yeah.
it should be 80k or something with KQMs. I saw it on Flips Flips.
Oh, I dislike KQMS, but yeah.
Yeah,
like
I
80.
don't worry. I
80
hate KQMS too. I'm DMing Flip every single day that he should switch.
Yes. Okay. I don't get why Flip is so stubborn with sticking with it.
know
And it's not even. It's not even the artifact standards. Like he still sticks with C6 Ino and like fucking level 9
literally
talents.
does.
Like if you don't want to switch the artifact standard,
Wait,
like,
it's
that's whatever.
Talents? What the
It
fuck?
takes like 30
it's still-
seconds to switch the values. It is not that deep.
I have all values at grounded baseline, so it doesn't matter.
75.6k. No, it's nice. Well, it's a viable team. Let's call it that.
It's lower than Chaska's Taser variant with Inefa.
Anyway, like Wonder is Wonder. I think I'm curious as to what'll happen with the Varka support.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Okay, next
But
we have the.
If I'm gonna be real.
I was going to make a transition to Lunette.
Oh,
Lunette?
then do it.
The best looking character according to the podcast group chat, or like kinda.
Yes.
I do agree. Lunette is very good looking, but anyway, so her kit, honestly, her kit at C6, it's such a cool kit in my opinion. It all makes sense at C6, but the problem is just numbers. Like at C0, she's kind of like a cope version of Kazuha, but at C6 you can use her as an Anemo carry, but she just doesn't have the numbers. You could use her in plunge, and that's like fine. I agendaed so hard back in the day. In one of Flip's channels, I posted like, no, I let someone else post that, like the difference between on GC Sim, the difference between Zhao and Lunette was like 8k or something, or even 7k, and it was like using deathmatch on Zhao. So I agendaed and said that Lunette was a better carry than Zhao. That was like a year ago. Don't judge me.
Yeah.
There was some heavy agenda though. But anyway, yeah. Lunette plunge. I have this like I had this argument once with Raulfigas that Lunette plunge ignores Lunette's kit, and I didn't understand it, but now I understand it. It's exactly the Navia problem. She has a big portion of her damage coming from her burst, and that is entirely ignored if you use her in plunge.
Yeah.
Raulfigas?
What I hate the most about her kit is I see her, she has like an attack buff, and I'm like, okay, an Anemo in an attack buff? Okay, I'm all in for it. And then I see it's worse than an artifact set, and in order to be equal, it has to be a rainbow team.
Yeah. I don't understand that passive. And I feel like they should have done the same passive as like make this 30% and then make it mono Anemo. So like Lunette, Jean, Fauzan would be cool to use.
No, Lynette Lanyan Farzan is more based.
It's Sean.
Oh yeah, that's the 4-star only core. Yeah,
Those
that's
are
true.
only two.
I was thinking of like triple Nemo with Farina and then C4 Jean.
Oh yeah, right.
That
If
also
you
works.
want to put Farina in there. Yeah, I'm so curious as to what this Anemo support coming up is gonna be.
Yeah.
Because there could be.
Like,
I don't think there's gonna be too many good teams outside of Varka, but there could be a lot of fun ones.
Wait, what if it's just Jean C4 like a Gene C4 but massive. A mono Anemo support with personal damage, resistance shred, and like big buffing.
If I know Hoyo correctly and the way the game is going, they will make the kit so fucking niche and make it so only Varka can use it.
I hope not. I hope it's
I don't think so.
buff.
Okay, look at Inefa, look at Llama, look at Escoffier.
Yeah,
Not a
true.
single one of them is like restrictive. They're all open
The
to anyone that can
the
use them.
supports are
Mhm.
free, but the carries are like one team.
Yeah. Like honestly,
Yes, but
like a
they're
hot
gonna
take,
make
I
a
don't mind.
mechanic.
I was gonna say
Go
hot
ahead.
take, I don't mind it that much because like unless I don't know. Maybe this is a weird way of looking at it, but like for example, Nefer wanting Llama, that's a bad thing, but also like if you have Llama, the other two slots are so open. Same goes for Skirk Escoffier. I don't know if that's worse than like having to have a lot like I don't know. I'm not ready to put this agenda out yet.
Kinda get
I need to
what
think
you
about
mean.
I need to think about it more.
Okay, like
Yeah.
if they make a super niche support for specifically one unit, as long as the support supports it good, I'm all in for it. But if they make
Yeah.
it bad for, let's say, Dahlia, then I'm not in for it.
Wait,
Yes, absolutely.
who is a support that literally only buffs one character? Do we have that?
I don't think we do.
Goro?
Let's see.
Goro with
No.
Ito?
Goro could buff
Noel as well, yeah.
Noel, Chiori, DPS feeling in.
Like in terms of support, I could say like Inefa for Flints.
Inefa
But
everywhere
is
else
good
is just a
outside
sub
of that.
DPS.
Yeah.
Because
Inefa is-
everywhere else is just a sub DPS for the most part.
Yeah. You want a uneducated 4.2 tick, Farina.
Is it because she
True.
out damages her in the only team she does damage?
No, it's because she's locked to Nivillette. You're not allowed to use her with anyone else because they don't have self-healing.
So
Oh,
that
Wait, are you
means
mocking me?
No, I'm okay. Well, if you want to interpret it that way, sure. But I'm mostly making fun of the people who said like she's locked to Nivillette because Nivillette.
Oh yeah, true. There were
like,
some people
like-
that thought that like
Yeah. Like there were people saying you need a Nivillette to play Farina, which is like what is wrong with you?
yeah,
But there's people also saying
she's
should I pull
they-
Kokomi to play Farina? It's like bro.
also people
what are you
that
doing?
If
said you need
anything-
Fontaine characters to play Farina. That was also stupid.
Yeah.
like that's so dumb. Like
Yeah,
if
yeah.
they locking a character to a support is like okay, but locking a support to one character only, Jesus.
Oh yeah, Mika's a good one. Mika only really buffs Eula.
True.
You can play other characters.
Because
as
she's-
Although
because she's the
Mika
fucking
also
only
buffs
physical
Freminet.
unit. Freminet as
Frem-
well.
I guess
but-
so. Like Femine,
it-
Mika, Farina.
Yeah, and ever since Mika, not a single limited
You
physical.
want a Genshin
Weird.
Ceridra? Honestly, I do want a Genshin Ceridra. What would that even look like?
Does anyone
Genshin
play
what?
Femine?
No.
No.
But I haven't gotten his cons since ever, so I can't even give him a try.
His cons are actually like decent, I think. Like all of them.
Yeah, but it's still Fremine.
Yeah.
I
He
can
just-
check them
he just
real quick.
has his numbers were like balanced around just motion value wise. He has like they are all good, but it's just the typical physical problem of having literally not a singular support except Mika.
Okay, the C1 is like okay. The C2 is energy, which is decent. C3 is normals, that's fine. C4 is 18% attack, that's meh. C5 is skill, that's good. and the C6 is 36 C damage. That's okay. Yeah, he has decent clones all around.
Yeah.
Yeah. What would you play as the team? It would be Farina, Mika, Escoffier? Because he wants the shatter, right?
Yeah, he does.
And
I don't know about Inefa.
Escoffier.
But
Inefa?
the only thing that I hate about Freeman is he has counter scaling with attack speed. I think I've mentioned this once.
Oh yeah, you did. You did.
Like the
That's
more
funny.
attack speed you give him, the more downtime he has.
Yeah, true,
Yeah.
I remember.
It's so stupid. And guess what? The main physical buffer gives.
Attack speed.
Exactly. It's so stupid.
Wait, I just realized that if Freminet dyed his hair white and then got a bit of curls, then he could cosplay as Farina.
What? Let me look at this.
Like, they have the same hair length, they have a similar facial features, like facial shape. They both have blue eyes.
You know what? Sure. I can see it.
It's like Kave dyeing his hair red so he can cosplay as Marika.
True. Actually, he has a pretty interesting hairstyle. I didn't even pay
Yeah,
attention.
honestly I kind of love it. Like, I love this type of hairstyle. Like, one eye covered.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh,
let's continue.
anyway, let's go on.
Okay, next is the fraud Yun.
Oh my god.
The amount of people I have seen doing triple E on this character is immeasurable.
Raulfigas, let me raise you one. Triple E twice because they have C1.
Triple E twice.
Oh,
Yes, that's even worse. I have seen it and I hate it. It's literally, you might as well just play Sino at that point.
I always say...
Okay, to be honest, for me... Oh.
What?
Do you want to go first?
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say for me, see, there's this character. His name's Goming, and I'm gonna be honest. I prefer using Shalonen.
Yeah, that is not a hot take at all. I also agree with
Well, not even with Shalonen. There's also the mascot of the podcast.
Sucrose.
Sucrose.
Sucrose. You can use Silani
Yeah, exactly.
Sucrose.
It's more so that she increases his rotation time.
Yeah, that's annoying. I think Jianyun's biggest annoying issues are like, I think, kind of energy black hole, animation time. Like, her animation times are insane at
Yeah. That's a big
amazing.
reason for it.
And I think just like compared to someone like Escoffier, which I know isn't kind of like, it kind of isn't a fair comparison because like they are one entire cycle apart, but like you could argue Escoffier is niche because she only wants to play double or like cryo and hydro units, but like Jianyun is also like, Jianyun has 2 use cases, so I don't think that's fair. Three use cases.
And I have to fight people saying, "Oh, Shenyun is universal," because here's the thing: you see that her gimmick is like giving plunges to characters. So their idea in their mind is like, "Oh, if she enables everyone to plunge, she's universal." Catches.
That was the most funny take ever. Like calling Jianyun universal because she makes everyone plunge. That was such peak agenda. Like, literally.
The thing is, we don't really have anyone that would actually benefit more from being enabled to plunge than just using someone else.
D-Luke is the only one. Because he doesn't have a kid. That's the only reason.
Yeah, true. He doesn't have the multipliers to... stand on his own.
Although even then, like DHC WSP with the whale investment gets better clears with like Bennett Silali something than compared to Shilonen.
To Xianyun, no, he doesn't. Like Xianyun is 1000% the way to go with C2+.
No, but he showed a clear not using Shanyun. Like it just cleared faster. I
Yeah.
guess because of animation time. I guess it's an Abyss thing. Because of
Yeah,
And
'cause
also-
it's the triple Kenki thing, no?
the triple Kenki, yeah, it was triple Kenki.
Yeah, no, like in terms of maybe for Abyss it's quick, but for Stygian, the only way for Diluc to be not shit.
Really.
Yeah, you just
Yeah.
do C2. Like C2's Xianyun's actually pretty good because the numbers are big enough to where it's like good.
The thing is, with actual plunge DPS like Xiao, Varesa, you really want to have C2 R1.
Yeah,
Yeah.
C2R1 makes a massive difference. And
Yeah.
that is
Like-
her redeeming quality, in my opinion, is that like R1 is probably like definitely one of the best support signatures we have.
Yes, for sure.
And C2 basically doubles her buffing. So like,
It does literally
This is the
double her
part
buff.
where I think that the devs are stupid, but at the same time they're geniuses. Because here's the thing: they made Furina, which was like, I think it's agreeable that she was one of the main pushes in Fontaine.
yeah,
They made her signature a fucking brick, unless her damage matters,
yeah.
and she has like enough ER with substats without breaking the bill. And then they made Shanyun Sig refund energy on a character that just appeared out of nowhere.
They did
Like,
the same for
why?
Emily.
Yeah, same thing for Emily. What the fuck?
Yeah, actually, yeah, I
Like,
I
I
get
don't-
what
I
you-
don't think
that's
they can-
funny.
What
Yeah.
patch did Shanyun come? Was it like 4.4?
4.
It was
I don't know.
4.4,
Yeah,
yeah.
4.4.
So it's literally the same thing as Mizuki and Ifa, in which I will say as well later. So they made
Also,
Furina sick on the main push patch, and then they made Shanyun sick 2 patches later.
Even Nuvilet Sig has energy in it.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, like I don't get the depth sometimes. What were they thinking? Were they thinking of her stick as like just a Nuvilet DLC?
Yeah. Nuvilet and C
Like, there's no-
DLC. The C3.
Oh my god. Do you think Nivulet DLC will be the biggest meme in Genshin history?
It might be
The biggest one.
biggest
The
meme.
biggest meme in Genshin. At least among like
TCs.
theorycrafters, the biggest meme.
I feel like
the
there's
biggest
meme
too
in it.
many. There's too many funny things in TCE. Like,
It's gonna be a big one, I
Yeah.
think, because at
Yeah.
what point do people realize that every single buff he's ever gotten after Shilinen is just smaller than getting his C1?
Yeah, it's so dumb.
true.
Like, the only thing that Inefa does is free Shilonen for your other team if the other team needs it. That's all she does. Because vertical wise, you're not pulling Inefa for him.
Yep,
It's so stupid.
it is very stupid.
Okay, we should move on to Chaska
Yeah, let's
before.
move on.
The arm.
Yeah, Chaska doesn't
fan of
even
Chaska.
count like as an Anemo, as we've already discussed. As
Yeah,
as
she's
the
not an
Jason said, like, which is the thing. Why am I mentioning Jason for like the 4th time? But yeah, Jason said that Sidlali is a good cryo character because she doesn't buff cryo characters, and I thought that was funny. So Chaska is a good Anemo character because she doesn't do Anemo damage. she does
Ooh.
she does pyro damage.
True.
Choose nuke. Yeah, but even like Chaska is surprisingly like still viable without melt.
Yeah.
I know this is controversial, but Chaska doesn't
Yeah.
like technically she doesn't gain an insane amount from melt. It is first of all, it is RNG dependent, and she cannot melt all of her bullets. It's just 2 that like ideally get melted, right? Something like that.
She has two play styles, or not, but it's the same play style. She has 2 team cores. You either go melt or you go overrape.
Yeah, overrape.
2 options.
True. But technically, I wish something that like I was very hyped for, like when Escoffier was leaked. Like I know it's not good because of the resistance shred on Escoffier, but imagine we could have done like Escoffier, Shenhe, Farina, and then like you could play Cryo Chaska, and it would have actually like been good if Escoffier had the 50% resistance shred, 55.
Oh, yeah. Well, even without it,
it is
a
good team. It is fine.
Yeah.
It is okay.
Like when you speak about Chaska, one thing you must talk about, it's like I think Chaska and Mualani are the 2 big ones. She's a fundamentally different character at C2 than at C0.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Especially when her first 2 cons are literally the missing pieces for her passives, like actual DLCs.
Exactly. Like at C2, what do you have? You get 5 converted bullets no matter what, as long as you use 3 PHEC characters, even if 2 of them are the same element. So you can actually play a double element team with, well, you do that anyway at C0, but you can do that without any penalties at C2. Let's see what else. And you also have the full damage % passive at C2, even if you play a double element team. And of course, you get the extra AoE bullets, which is just so extra.
Yeah.
It's
those
so fucking massive.
Yeah. And her Sig is also good.
Sig
So
really
yeah,
good.
C2 R1 Chaska, on top of having AoE, on top of having way less RNG in her damage output, quite literally does double the damage of C0 R0 Chaska.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So yeah. Like that's just
She's
I think
definitely a completely different character.
like my opinion is when you're looking at Chaska, like if you want to actually play Chaska long term, you should look at her C2 because like it's not just a damage, like a numbers gain, it's just a pretty big change in her gameplay. I think it's worth talking about and worth looking at.
Yeah.
And her C6 is
C6
really
doubles
funny
her
as well.
damage or something.
Oh yeah, and obviously like the C6, I believe it's the single best C6 in the game. Because
Probably
it
the
gives her what,
highest increase, yeah.
like 100 crit value on her charge attacks plus like adding 2 more or something.
Something like that.
Yeah, Basil.
It's
You get
ridiculous.
so much out of it.
Yeah.
I hate Shilon and C2 for doing nothing for Chaska. Yeah, that's annoying. I also hate that.
That's true. They should have just made it like.
Why do I feel like it
aerodynamic
was intended?
I feel
intended.
like
I mean, you don't play Shilinin with Chaska anyway, because you miss a bullet. That's not worth it.
I feel like
Yep.
Chaska should have just counted as like counted as you know how like certain passives are like this damage counts as that and that. I feel like Chaska just herself should have counted as a patch character, depending on like you put the like if whatever second element, if it's patch like the second slot, then she takes that element. That would have been like, I know it would have been like out of like wouldn't have felt like real Genshin, but it's they are always
like real
breaking the rules, so
Yeah, exactly. Like, what do you mean Mavika doesn't use energy?
yeah, exactly.
Like, yeah.
Or like in
I honestly, I like those things. It's cool.
me too.
It gives a different vibe to the game, so I don't see it as a negative.
It's great. So,
Anyways, then more
and
to
like I have a lot of.
Hmm?
I was gonna say I have a lot of hope for Chaska's future because of the way her kit works.
Yeah, me too.
You can put, especially at C1, C2, you could stuff so many things into her teams. As long as it's like 2 or 3 patch characters of 2 different elements, it just
No.
works.
Yeah, I guess
If she works with Inefa, she works with like melts. I have no doubt that when we have more supports of different elements come out, she's just gonna get new teams. She's like,
Yeah, like
C2 Chalska is like Nivilet if he was good.
Yeah, the only annoying issue really is the niche supports not working with her because they are racist against the Anemo sign on her vision.
Oh no.
I mean, honestly, she will never really have a problem with matchups unless you decide to shield Geo at some point.
Yeah, and remember, Stygian has 3 bosses. You don't have to pit your character against the worst matchup. You can choose the good one and let one of your 2 other teams do it. Like this is, I think, one of the most fun things about Stygian is, like, you choose the matchups kind of.
It's true.
It's not, if that makes sense.
And the next one has literally a boss where if you can abuse either transformatives or even just brute force, there's like 2 bosses you can just do anything, which is the Fatui and the horse.
Yes.
I wouldn't. I think
Like,
horse is pretty restrictive still.
They have mechanics that says, yo, give me this character or you will have to cook something.
Yeah,
Like, that's the vibe they give.
Like Saga, remember for Sigurd, the requirement isn't you have to use Flynn's or you have to use Nefer. It's you have to use Ascendant Gleam. So if you have like Nivilet, you have Chaska, you could just play Inefa plus Aino or Inefa plus something.
That is true. Yeah, Inefa plus Aino or Lauma plus Aino is also a thing.
Yeah, exactly.
You know it's gonna be funny. I am 100% sure Setos will still clear faster than Sino in that boss.
Oh my god.
With Inefa Aino core. Have you seen my Setos clear?
I saw it.
Yes.
I saw it. It looked like very good gameplay.
Yeah. I'm excited for the Frost Knight Hera. I will
give
it the wrap.
It is quite an interesting. I wish there was less Luna shilling. I feel like they could have done this without that much Luna shilling, but it is a cool boss.
Like Saga, I'm pretty sure Mavrika is gonna clear faster than Nefer.
I know this, but like I'm not using Mavrika on like I guess the Bond of Life thing is I don't know. Like, would you use Mavrika on the Bond of Life?
Imagine this. Like, no, solo Jean against the Bond of Life thing.
True.
Wait, Saga, don't you have a C6 Chlorant?
I'm talking about my
Oh,
auto
the Bond of
account.
Life. Oh, that makes sense.
Imagine solo Jean against the Fatui operative. You use like your actual team against Sigurd. Let's say you got Nefer Flynn's, and then you just use Mavrika against the Frost Knight. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, true. Well, we should go back into the triple catalysts. The moment when they kept spamming catalyst Anemo characters. Honestly, they've been spamming catalysts in general. Like, what is this catalyst supremacy mindset?
They realize it's the best one.
True. Catalyst literally is the most fun. Has the most fun characters.
It's the most
like they can. They can be the most creative with catalysts.
Yeah.
And plus they have access to TTDS.
TTDS
I don't know.
Indeed.
But yeah, anyway. So, Mizuki... No, Lanyan first.
Lanyan? Oh boy.
She is
Shielder.
a shielder. She has the best shield in the game. Zhongli found dead in the ditch. Yeah, like...
And she actually hasn't gotten a rerun yet.
Yeah. She has funny personal damage if you build for it. She still has the highest motion value. I still can't believe this. She has her 3 hits are like better than 90% of the entire, like, compared to other burst hits that do initial damage or something. It's like 1500%, a bit more than that for no reason. And then she also has EM scalings on them. It's pretty funny. But obviously she doesn't do significant damage. It's just a fine thing.
The only thing that I hate out of those scalings is the fact that it's split.
I don't mind it being split. I actually like the concept of it being split because it allows for like the funny interactions with her vape, like the infusion thing.
I just think he didn't have an idea for the second passive, so might as well just Sino her.
Except that the scalings are like the skill scaling is like it's good actually.
Good. Yeah, it's pretty nice.
But yeah, Lanyan's kit, she has an interesting kit at C2, C1?
Two?
No, C2, C1. And C6, I guess. Because it like makes it so that she's kind of a Chaska. She can infuse elements to her thingies and they do like additional instances of damage that have quite okay scalings, but that's not how people usually play her, and it's also just a weak play style. It's not that good.
The cool thing is that it hits a lot.
Yeah, it does hit a lot.
Like it hits.
Yeah, it has a good amount of it, and I remember trying this on Papilla. If you could get 2 skills, if you could time it perfectly, could get like half the shield with just her skills.
You can.
It hits like at C6. You can use skills twice, right?
Yeah.
And each
You can
skill hits.
technically get 3 with Sack.
Yeah. I've been using
How many
Sack
times
is her best.
does it hit?
I think.
Wait, does it hit
I-
like
I-
6 times.
9 times?
Actually,
6 times or 9 times?
6
Yeah,
infusion
I
hits,
think
I think, per thing. But I don't know how many anymore. I kind of forgot. I guess I can test.
I don't have them counted, but they are a good amount of it. Like 2 skills were enough to half Papilla's shield.
Yeah, I believe that. It hits like 18 times or something.
Yeah, because I have played it with like Daya Burning, and I was playing with Lanyan as my Anemo.
Yeah.
And yeah, 2 skills, half the shield immediately. It's the amount of it is that good,
Okay, I'm testing it right
and
now.
it's also enough.
Live reaction. Oh no! Wait, no.
Yeah, there's also
I
another.
can't see it because of the swirl. I think it's
Swirl also counts,
6.
but she doesn't get many.
6 hits per skill.
So
Yeah.
yeah, basically.
And then the swirl damage.
But they do count a lot specifically because of the infusion. It's doubling the hits.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Okay, anyway,
Makes sense.
there's honestly not much to say. Like, Lanyan was a fine option for some shielded teams, but she didn't advance the meta in any way. She had a personal damage playstyle, but that wasn't like that impactful.
The only thing
nice shielder.
the only thing she really did
Enable as
was,
shield.
well, again, no, for 4-star only, completely ditch Hazel from the only team he had.
Oh yeah, true.
Which was
She's
Mono
much
Anemo.
better than Hazel, which is funny.
Indeed, she
Like,
does.
the
She is,
scaling,
but that's about
she
it.
does as much damage as Hazel does on his skills, except she can do multiple per rotation, and she also has other abilities like a burst, an extra burst.
Yeah, and the fact that
Yeah.
she has adaptive hits means, for example, for the Cryo Overseer, there was a run double Cryo double Anemo, in which her skills were enough to immediately shut down the Overseer.
Yeah, true.
Like, it's that good.
True. I remember, yeah. Okay, we should get into the Mizuki,
Oh, good.
into the grind.
This is the other character where I think the devs are stupid. Because they made this character, and then they made Aoife 2 patches later.
Yeah.
Like, I think I have an image comparing Mizuki to Sayu, because to me, they are essentially the same unit.
Mizuki is I know it's comparing dog shit to dog piss, but I think that C0 Mizuki is better than C0 Mizuki will always be better than C6 Sayu. But that's just because of like the gameplay itself. I just think that Sayu has major.
I'm gonna try to find it. I will send it to you if I find it.
And her constellations are also technically free. So if in 7 years you can get C6, her C6 is like it itself is a very nice personal damage increase, but she's always like a 10% portion of the team's damage, or like 20% or something. But yeah, the way Mizuki works is just that she's Sucrose, except without the buffing and only with the driving playstyle. She heals herself, and that's kind of it. At C2, she provides 40 or 50% damage bonus, so more than Kazuha actually. But she doesn't have grouping, and like she needs to be on field.
I have sent you the image. You can read every line except the second last. I don't even remember why I put that one.
I ain't reading all that.
You don't have to read, just put it on the stream.
Sure, but it's agenda. I don't agree with this.
Come on. You have to do the same character.
No, Sayu is Sayu actively has gameplay issues. Mizuki also has gameplay issues, but like less.
They both have issues.
Like, this is
And
kid, it is kid similarities. It is not like number similarity. The thing with Mizuki is she buffs swirl damage, and she buffs it a decent amount. It's just not enough for it. Like, she has like 240%.
And it only buffs when she's on field.
Yeah, it only works when she's on field. But she has like 240% reaction damage bonus for swirls, which sounds like a lot, and it is a lot, but it's just swirl is so weak at a baseline that it doesn't help enough. Also, it stacks with EM, and she already gets like 1100 EM without doing anything.
And that's the only difference between Sayu and Mizuki, is the fact Mizuki buffs swirls, because after all, their ults are essentially the same thing. It's just, they have the Bennett syndrome, and it's fixed by a con. They're healing.
I guess something that
in Sayu is C1, in Mizuki is the C4.
I guess Mizuki also benefited a lot, or like did benefit a lot from Inefa releasing. Like, that was a decent bump for her, because like Taser is like her best team, and Inefa provides the wheelchair thing.
Here's the funny part: you can do the same with Sayu.
Except Sayu is dog shit.
Sayu has like energy black hole.
Yeah, we shouldn't forget about the energy black hole.
Yeah.
And if you get staggered out of her thing, then
they both technically are. How much energy does
Mizuki
she generate?
Like anyone else. It's average.
She still needs ER now. It's a 60 cost.
Yeah, but she only builds EM, so she can get like she can get her energy recharge requirements from artifacts.
Yeah, and guess what? And guess who also just builds EM?
Yeah,
technically as well.
What?
She also does it. He doesn't need all the EM.
Yeah, but Sayu.
But at least he can heal. At least he can heal past 70%.
This is agenda.
It's not agenda. It's just not agenda. Put the image on the screen.
It's already on the screen. I'm removing it from the screen. We are moving on from Mizuki. I don't allow this disrespect. At least you can get Mizuki constellations for free to make her somewhat like she's still shit, but whatever.
That's the only thing.
Arca will make Mizuki good. Trust.
True. Just spit your shit.
Is it?
I don't even know how that would even happen.
We have found the last Anemo character
the last
for today. Or like
Aoife is
better.
What we just talked about, but he can normal attack.
Yeah, and buffs electric charged and lunar charged. Like, yeah, it
Yes.
is fair to say that C6 Aoife is much better than Mizuki. That is not really that is not a hot take.
I also there's something I didn't mention with Mizuki. She buffs swirls. So in a world where their AoE exists, you could play her in double Anemo.
That is true. She does buff Venti specifically also.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
And it's one of Venti's only buffing options, but like Venti's just not used anymore. So
like if AoE existed, Mizuki, Venti, and Nefa would be a decent team.
Okay, there's actually a lot more to Havak's statement. Like it's not just the normal attack thing. It's also team-wide healing instead of like Mizuki only heals herself, but Aoife, even though it's very low, like it's like I think it's 500 healing procs. I might be wrong, but it's like literally 500 or something.
He gets a lot of them. He gets a lot of tricks.
He does, but it is definitely not 50% of character's HP, especially with Farina and the team who has a lot of HP.
Yeah.
But
With Furino on the team, considering you're slowly healing team-wide, those 500s will turn 600, turn 700, slowly build up.
Well, it should be better with Farina, no? Because she has healing bonus.
They can slowly build
I'm
up.
talking about C0 Farina. I don't know why. I think
why does that matter?
It does. The from C0 to C1, the healing thing is a massive. It's not only do you build stacks faster, so you get that healing faster into the rotation, it also increases the cap, which then in turn increases the healing.
You scream at me for saying agenda, but every single day you have an agenda against Furina. But if we point that out, you get defensive.
That is not agenda. That is factual.
Okay, no.
I don't know. Like my impression of Farina is very positive, even at
No,
C0.
I also have a positive. I just think that like in certain play styles and certain aspects of her kit are overglazed. No, okay, that was kind of funny to get called out like that by Raulfigas.
Do you wanna know who also technically heals team wide?
Who?
Farina?
And is Anemo, and can also on field at some point. Check Sayu's Ascension 1.
No, I'm not.
Oh,
I'm not checking that.
I think I know what you're talking about, but no.
Yeah,
okay, we should continue talking about Aoife. Anyway, I think Aoife's best team is probably like something like Aino Inefa, maybe.
Yes.
Aino Inefa with like a second Electroid thing.
Yeah, they are like. I think it's still higher damage than Wanderer, right?
No.
With Inefa,
probably.
With Inefa, it should be higher
Maybe
damage.
I don't think so. Maybe at KQM, but Wanderer has talent scalings.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Without Kekimans, it's not.
And once you count Inefa vertical, holy shit.
Sino doing 90k. I can. With this flip sheet, Sino doing 90k DPS. I
Let me check Nor's. He cares a lot about Aoife and Wander. It's his two favorite characters for some reason.
Based. Anemo catalysts. And men. Anemo catalyst males. Does he also like Hazel?
I don't think so.
I think he does.
Okay, we should, the C6, I think Aoife is very, very tragic because his C6 used to be a lot more fun and enabled him to be like an Anemo carry.
Oh, yeah.
And he was better than Wanderer on Sheets. But they sadly just removed that.
They nerfed it. Okay, let's check. Oh my god. Okay, so damn, I didn't look at this sheet in a while. Apparently at my standard with R1, Mavrika does 200k DPS.
Okay. Interesting.
That's funny. Skirk 187. That should be a little bit higher. I have her at 189. Anyway, let's look at these ones.
Wait, I have
Wonder.
Nefer with your standards. I have her at like 160. Does that check out?
Nefer?
It's true. I remember doing it. For someone,
Yeah.
it's around that.
I think Nor has it at like 166 or
Oh,
something.
okay.
Yes.
Yay.
It's pretty reasonable. That's crazy. This Movika character, this Skirk character. Let's see. Wonder 104 at this standard. Okay. And Aoife is 97.
Okay.
Pretty close.
Okay. I see.
Very close.
104.
It's pretty
Wonder.
crazy still.
So yeah, KQM C6 Aoife is probably stronger than C0 Wonder. Or C1 Wonder, sorry, because you get it for free.
Yeah.
Enough, just can't carry this guy enough. Unlucky.
Honestly, I will always forget about the free constellation thing, I think. I want to remember it,
Oh,
but I
yeah.
always forget.
It's
In
pretty
3
like,
weeks,
it doesn't
C1
matter.
Kutal will be baseline. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
exactly. So people who glaze Arlecchino get prepared to learn that Hu Tao does the same damage.
Exactly. And you
Oh,
can't even agenda with AoE because Arlecchino's AoE stinks at C0.
Or no, it's because AoE doesn't
And
exist.
and AoE
Yeah.
doesn't exist. Anyway,
Yeah.
that is every single Anemo character. We should also mention
is.
the sets. We've talked about it
Jonathan.
enough, but that is something we forgot to mention regarding Kazuha and Sucrose specifically. Like Sucrose less so, because there's like an easy way to circumvent it. But specifically Kazuha compared to Jilonen, you can do Jilonen much earlier in the rotation because of the duration. The VV has a 10-second duration, and Kazuha's buff has an 8-second duration, I think.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
The scroll is 20 seconds.
Yeah, and
Yep.
scroll is 20 seconds.
Yeah.
And
So like it's why I say Kazuha and Shilonen's buffing are effectively the same number-wise, but then you look at the uptimes and it's like double.
and then you look at Petra, and then
There's also that
and then
flex.
you look at Fanfare, and then you look at also
and then
buffing
you
Geo.
look at
Fighting
the
Spirit.
Then you also look at buffing
Fighting
Geo
Spirit.
characters as well.
Fighting Spirit.
like the only team he still has some breathing is literally just Nuve.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Novilet,
But-
unironically, only if the Novilet has like, that is something like, even if we always say like, Novilet, everyone has him C101, there are technically still some C0 players, and the wheelchair is his best team at that point. I can't deny, like Lauma, Inefa stuff. Like, so like Kazuha isn't even used.
I don't believe in Loma. Like I have played it, literally just use Kazuha or Shilonen over her.
See,
It
I
really doesn't do much.
unironically believe in this. Novilet at C0
Like-
just. I've not actually played the team myself, so
I agree because it's all single target right now, and Novelet is the first and I think the only erudition character in the game. Literally
What
give him AoE or he's retiring.
I actually
He's basically erudition.
yeah, but there are like characters like he doesn't have the easiest to consolidate AoE anymore, right? I would say.
He doesn't, but he still
doesn't-
relies on it a lot.
He relies on it, but like a character that does more single target damage also benefits a lot from being in AoE while doing more damage than him in AoE as well. So
yeah. That's true. Like Mavika. It all
Yeah,
comes back.
exactly.
wait, what did we?
So-
what was Skirk's AoE like again? I forgot.
It's pretty good, but I don't know how good it'll be. I think her biggest upside is that she just against AoE content, like content balanced around AoE, the DPS check is very low, so her burst just deletes it. And the burst has very, very good AoE.
True. It does. Does her C1 have AoE?
No. Well, yes, but it's small.
Okay, I see.
Yeah. Her biggest AoE hits are, well, her normal attacks are pretty good AoE, but they're not crazy. Her C6 has crazy AoE, and her burst has crazy AoE.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to it. I do think he's the only erudition because no character relies on AoE as much as he does to perform.
Nilu, technically. Although less so with Lauma in the picture.
Mm-hmm. As a hyper carry, yes, but Nilu's also erudition, yes.
Yeah, she's kind of like okay, there's no character like that. Yeah, I would say Diherta, but Diherta is also a carry, so I don't. It's hard to.
Diherta is new.
Diherta is new. Okay, do not do my girl Diherta like that. That is a slur. That is rude.
Oh.
Unlucky.
Okay, anyway. That would be it for today. I mean, we've discussed every single Anemo. I guess right now, what's the final statement? Anemo, good or bad? Jehoda will save Anemo. True.
I think right now it's mid.
Yeah, it is mid.
They're as good as... Wait, Farron, what do you mean? Arlecchino?
Oh, what are we discussing? I don't know, that's so
right now.
Well, worse than Vape, and now y'all are telling me they are as good as Melts. I mean, Overload teams were kind of competitive to Vape.
Kind of, no. Well, I mean, with the, I guess C6 Fars, or not Farzan, C6 Chev was big, and the fact that we didn't have any of the... What was the best Vape back in the day? You're just playing... Like Gillan, Bennett,
yeah, you
Kazuha,
can't play
maybe?
Farina unless you have C2.
Gillan, Bennett, Kazuha, no. But like, I think Arlecchino, her best team nowadays is just Melts. I think Citlali's really good.
Yeah,
and
Citlali is too good.
Over Vape is really good as well. Dude, Inefa, trust. Bennett, Inefa, Columbina.
True.
Is this the new core? Is this
Bennett
the potion for Linny players?
Linny?
Linny.
Yeah, probably. Linny, it would be good.
Okay,
good
that is something that makes me so mad regarding Linny, because Linny is like, his kit is like monopyro, but then his teams are not monopyro. It triggers me so much. And Duran doesn't look like a does Duran look like a monopyro unit? He doesn't, right?
Probably not explicitly monopyro, but I'm actually hoping he works with.
Yeah, I'm hoping
teams.
so too, but he doesn't shred resistance to pyro.
No, if anything, Duran will have Cyrene type kit.
We know
that's what I
know. Cyrene. Cyrene is not making it into Genshin, please.
Wait, Anemo was the last one of these, right?
What?
Yeah. What?
Anemo was the last one of these, right?
Yes.
I think so.
The series.
I don't know what we will do after. We're kind of out of topics to talk about in general, but we will find something. And if we don't find something, then leaks and like current drama. I guess we can turn the podcast into a CC drama channel. That would be so funny.
Oh hell no.
Oh please no! I don't want to talk about Joseph for 2 hours.
Shazef.
Okay, I'm okay with if we're talking about drama in the sense of like people's bad game takes. I do not want to talk about drama that has anything to do with IRL.
Oh no, I didn't mean IRL. I meant like these dog shit like videos of
okay, that's fine. That. No, we can do that. We could do that. That's no like as long as like the drama is confined to the game, that I have no problem with it. No. But as soon as it touches any IRL stuff, like no, thank you. We're not doing that.
Of course. I see that the same way. Anyway.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Thank you all for watching, and see you in the next episode with another interesting topic, hopefully. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
See ya.